lalahok sa aming mga shows na tiyak magdadala sa inyo ng kasiyahan at mga impormasyon. Makisaya tuwing alas 8 ng umaga Lunes hanggang Biyernes sa Morning Balitaktakan. Palawakin ang kaalaman sa agrikultura tuwing alas 12:30 ng tanghali sa I-Agri. Let's travel virtually sa mayamang probinsya ng Pangasinan sa Ganda Mo, Pangasinan. At alamin ang mga latest updates and happenings sa Luzon Headlines alas 6 ng gabi, Lunes hanggang Biyernes. Mapapanood kami via our Facebook live stream sa aming Facebook page na Regional News Group RNG Luzon at sa aming YouTube channel na RNG Luzon. Pwede ring i-rescan ang inyong mga television channels at hanapin ang channel ng RNG. Nakadepende ang channel number sa inyong location pero abot kami sa Northern Luzon. At huwag kakalimutang i-follow ang aming iba pang social media accounts like Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter na ang username ay RNG Luzon. At bisitahin ang aming website na rngph.com. Maraming salamat mga ka-RNG sa patuloy na pakikisaya at suporta.
The views and opinions expressed by the host do not state or reflect those of the company and its management. Furthermore, the views and opinions and insinuations made by the host or guest do not reflect those of the show, the management, and the network.
Magandang hapon sa inyong lahat, sa lahat ng mga avid supporters and subscribers ng Regional News Group Luzon, and of course sa lahat ng mga nanonood ngayon dito sa Cordillera at sa the rest of Luzon, and of course sa mga nanonood sa kanilang mga Facebook pages na napapanood sa buong mundo. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat and welcome to the pilot episode ng ating show Checkpoint, no? Na kung saan tatalakayin natin ang mga maiinit na issues na nahango sa social media at sa mga balitang nakikita natin at alamin natin kung anong katotohanan sa likod ng mga issue na ito, no? So sa ngayon meron tayong prepare na magandang discussion tungkol sa isang nagbabagang issue at panoorin po natin itong video na to para at least meron kayong idea kung anong ating tatalakayin ngayon.
Sa 6 na taong pagiging tindera ni Aling Helen ng ukay-ukay sa Block 3 ng Baguio City Public Market, nasa 200 lamang ang naiuuwi kada araw. Kung tutuusin, pamasahe at pangkain lamang niya ito sa isang araw.
Ako kami at halos naman pa yata
Maliit na nga ang kita, nangangamba pa siya ngayong mawala ng pwesto dahil sa planong pagsasaayos sa palengke.
Ay, haanak na. Tiga po ng hanak na tirason na kapay na hanak na agri. Adong kami na mapukawan ti trabaho. Kat no ikumparam ito ipatakdar na nga. Kat iso dala ang ti aglumapa iti. Samantalang no dito yung banda amin ito dito aramidan daw ang building na dito. Nasarap maribon at
May duda rin sa planong pagsasaayos ang tinderang si Liza.
Hindi naman ako actually against. Pero kung hanggat maaari na sa mas maganda na i-ano ang market under the local government sana. Yun lang. Hindi naman ako doon. Okay naman ako. Kaya lang nga yung sinasabi nga nila na hindi daw kaya ng local government ipatayo ito. Pero so far naman ang alam ko kapag kaya kakayanin.
Pero ayon sa supervisor ng Baguio City Public Market, hindi mapapabayaan ang mga tindera.
Meron tayong ng mga relocation sites niya dyan na iano ng gobyerno, pero as of now wala pa natin na-identify kung saan yon. Pero I'm pretty sure meron po tayong mga relocation sites na kung saan sila, kung yung phase by phase kasi ito, kung sakali man na sila ang first, sila po ang mapupunta doon sa relocation sites.
SM Prime Holdings ang nanalong mga ngasiwa sa naturang development. Ayon sa kanila, higit 4,000 na mga pwesto ang itatayo para mabigyan ng mas maayos na pwesto ang mga tindera sa palengke.
Our outmost priority is to secure the livelihood of the vendors. The development will assure a conducive and safe environment for all stakeholders. In pursuit of this partnership, a temporary relocation area for the vendors will be established, and it will generate additional revenue once the development is completed. The city-led market operations will create more stable job opportunities for the Baguio community.
Ang planong ito ay bubuuin ng 4 na section. Ang wet section, fruit and vegetable section, dry section at merchandise section. Paninigurado naman ang pamahalaang lungsod, ang pamahalaan pa rin ang mamamahala sa palengke at hindi ang SM Prime Holdings.
But when we talk to top management of SM, and we told them, alam nyo naman ang reputation nyo rito, hindi maganda. Because of that, nangyari dyan sa Puno. Pero ang challenge dito is, why don't you make it as a legacy? Bakit hindi nyo, why don't you give it back to the community? So the entire family discuss it, and then finally nag-decide. At sinabihan ako, nung anak, Mayor, we heard you, we want to change. We want to create a legacy in the city of Baguio, and we're going to start it in Baguio, by the way, sabi niya. Nagdesisyon ang family na instead of 70-30, magiging 30-70, 30% na lang sa amin at 70% na lang ang para sa syudad ng Baguio.
Bukod sa mga pwesto, kasama rin sa plano ang pagkakaroon ng mas malawak na parking spaces. Sakaling magsimula na ang development, matatapos daw ito sa loob ng 3 buwan. 6 na bilyong piso ang budget sa naturang project na planong manggaling sa bank loan, joint ventures o partnership sa mga kooperatiba at iba pang mga ahensya. Vanessa Bugtong para sa Luzon Headlines.
Ayan, maraming salamat sa RNG Luzon for the news clip. Ayan, so maliwanag ang issue, ang tatalakayin natin ngayon ay tungkol sa Baguio City Public Market Redevelopment. Since 2020, I think, nung kasisimula ng pandemic or somewhere doon sa period na yon, nagsimula yung mga balita tungkol sa redevelopment proposals for the redevelopment of the public city market. So ngayon nagkaroon ng maraming sides, may mga nag-o-oppose, merong mga hindi, at meron namang proposals yung ibang mga sectors na hindi natin alam, at yun ang alamin natin ngayon, kung na-consider ba ng ating local government sa Baguio. Alamin din natin kung ano na ba ang status ng proposals na ito at kung saan na ba patungo ang plano ng market redevelopment. Well, our guest today, we are very lucky to have a special guest ngayon, at alam nating siya ang isa sa mga pinaka-staunch na opposition sa not siguro sa market redevelopment, but the way na gusto ng city i-implement ito. So abangan yan at sa pagbabalik ng Checkpoint.
Hello mga ka-RNG! Araw-araw tumutok sa aming mga shows na tiyak magdadala sa inyo ng kasiyahan at mga impormasyon. Makisaya tuwing alas 8 ng umaga, Lunes hanggang Biyernes sa Morning Balitaktakan. Palawakin ang kaalaman sa agrikultura tuwing alas 12:30 ng tanghali sa Ayatri. Let's travel virtually sa mayamang probinsya ng Pangasinan sa ganda mo, Pangasinan. At alamin ang mga latest updates and happenings sa Luzon Headlines alas 6 ng gabi, Lunes hanggang Biyernes. Mapapanood kami via our Facebook live stream sa aming Facebook page na Regional News Group RNG Luzon at sa aming YouTube channel na RNG Luzon. Pwede ring i-rescan ang inyong mga television channels at hanapin ang channel ng RNG. Nakadepende ang channel number sa inyong location, pero abot kami sa Northern Luzon. At At huwag kakalimutang i-follow ang aming iba pang social media accounts like Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter na ang username ay RNG Luzon. At bisitahin ang aming website na rngph.com. Maraming salamat mga ka-RNG sa patuloy na pakikisaya at suporta.
Ayan, welcome back to our show. So our guest today, this afternoon, is no stranger to public service, no? Matagal na po siyang nagsilbing councilor dito sa City of Baguio. And sa tingin po natin, dahil maraming katanungan, no, kung tungkol dito sa isyong ito, sa redevelopment or rehabilitation ng Baguio Public Market, and I think she's also the right resource person. Enlighten tayo, no? Para marinig natin galing sa kanila kung ano na ba ang nangyayari sa isyong ito. So ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the Honorable Councilor Mylene Yaranon. Hello,
Hi.
ma'am.
Hello. Good afternoon to all the listeners of RNG, Checkpoint, and Sir Gary. Thank you for inviting me here, especially in your first episode.
You're welcome, ma'am. It's an honor.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay.
Yes, so kumusta na po si Councilor sa ating City Council?
Ayun, nasa stress or nang i-stress. Ayun. Yun po
Ano ba
tayo.
ini-stress niyo?
Yeah, you were talking about the public market.
Yes,
Yes.
Councilor, no? So, para makapunta tayo agad doon sa ating discussions, no? Nabanggit ko kanina, it's 2020 ata nung nagsimulang nagkaroon ng public knowledge regarding this proposal for
2019.
2019. So that was before pandemic.
Yes.
Councilor, no?
Before pandemic, nung bagong upo yung mga new administration in 2019 July, July, August, we were already making the technical working group was already making the redevelopment plans for the Baguio public market as requested by our mayor. Alam naman ninyo yung first speech niya nung papanalo pa lang niya. Number one of his projects is the redevelopment of the Baguio public market by the government. So, that alone, nung sinabi niya, can you head the technical working group? Of course, I wanted because we wanted to head the design, no? And we were able to produce the design in September of 2019. And we were able to present it to the public. It's a 100% redevelopment of the Baguio public market. We are in favor of the redevelopment. We started that. We made the initial designs. Pero pagdating naman ng January, may nag-submit na ng mga unsolicited proposals, no? Ng SM and Robinson ang una, and then SM. And then, of course, the public-private partnership for the people was formed. We call that the P4 committee. And
But before that, Councilor,
Yeah.
let me cut you.
Okay,
So,
sorry.
let me make this clear, no, para maintindihan natin.
Yeah.
The idea of redeveloping the market came from this administration.
yes, that was
From the mayor, the office of the mayor.
Yes, that was the 10-point agenda of this administration in 2019.
Ano sa tingin nyo, Councilor, yung nang-udlok sa kanila para ilagay ito doon sa 10-point agenda nila na i-redevelop yung public city market? Yes.
Well, we know naman that Uniwide's been there for 21 years na hindi pa na-redevelop ang market because there were cases. But then in 2016, nanalo ang Uniwide, di ba? Na i-develop na ang market. But they were not able to do so because there were, I think, economic issues like bankruptcy and all of that of Uniwide. And then when we had a meeting with our legal team, sabi nila, hindi na kaya So why don't we proceed already with the redevelopment of the Baguio public market by the city government? So that made us all like, oh, why not? Pwede na pala So let's go on with it, di ba?
So, ibig sabihin, Councilor, yung plano ng redevelopment has been going on like 20 years ago, 10
Oh,
years
yes.
ago.
I
Pero
think-
walang nangyari, ano?
Walang nangyari I think that 21 years ago was what? 95?
Oo.
Para yan, no?
So ngayon wala nang legal impediment for the city to proceed with the redevelopment
Well,
plans of the market.
I don't know with the Uniwide issue, no? Kasi they won at the Supreme Court for the redevelopment of the market, but because they were declared bankrupt, and the city council has to rescind the contract with Uniwide. But right now, the city council cannot move because we are waiting for the court to tell us na bankrupt na talaga. There's no way Uniwide can come back and redevelop the Baguio public market. So as of now, wala pa ho kaming nare-rescind. Tuloy-tuloy pa rin yung kontrata ng Uniwide. Because it's only the city council who can rescind it.
But you're waiting for a court
For a court,
pronouncement.
yes, a court pronouncement that we can already rescind.
So kung ganun po yung situation man, how can we proceed, Councilor, sa ano? Sa mga
Well,
plano nating i-redevelop yung market.
Well, unless Uniwide will tell us na, oh, ayoko na talaga, you know. Or maybe, Uniwide will tell us na I'm dropping already the case and you can just give it to somebody else because I cannot really build it. It's either it comes from the court or it comes from the Uniwide, proponent themselves.
Okay. Pero despite that, in the absence of any court pronouncement, the city still proceeded to make plans for the redevelopment, no, sa ibang ano ba talaga,
you know,
Councilor, yung nangyayari ngayon
Ganito
sa
sana
market?
Well, kung hindi kaya ng Uniwide, if the city can do it, I don't think there's any legal impediment. Pero ngayon, pinasok mo yung unsolicited proposal ng ibang corporation. So there's a legality there.
Ano yun man, biglang nag-submit na lang sila ng proposal?
Nag-submit sila ng proposal. At first, SM even used our plans. Nirevise lang nila. Because, syempre, may mga gusto naman na SM na ipasok. But no, wait. Robinson was the first to submit a proposal. There were 2 buildings. One building was for Robinson, one building for the market. And then another proposal was submitted by SM a week after, or maybe 3 days after. And it was similar to our proposal ng technical working group. Yeah. So, pero they added basements. And I'm sure kung ano man yung ipepresent nila ngayon is completely different from their original proposal. Because through the process of negotiation, may mga iniba sila. Like what they said, no? 70% daw sa market, 30% na lang daw sa SM. Medyo nagja-jump ako, no?
No, it's okay. But
Nagja-jump ako.
nasabi niyo is unsolicited
Unsolicited
advice, no? Na pagtatakan.
Proposal.
Just wondering kung paano nila nalaman na may ganito pala, no? Na bigla na lang silang mag-submit. But anyway, yun nga yung nangyari. So, ibig sabihin, pag pala nabigyan ka ng original proponent status, you can change your proposal anytime sa duration nung ano?
Well, you cannot make a very big difference dapat, no? It should still be within the proposed original proposal that you made. Pero this time, well, they said it was for the better. I cannot really divulge, no? Kasi I have this agreement na I cannot tell you kung ano yung agreement with SM. But may mga question tayo doon. Originally, dapat talaga city government ang magpatayo ng new redevelopment of the Baguio public market. But then, nag-iba. Bakit ngayon wina-welcome natin ang unsolicited proposal? Bakit ngayon tayo public-private partnership? When in fact, sabi naman ng finance officers natin, kaya naman natin pala ipatayo yung market. We have an available fund of 2.5 billion. Then, no, sabi nila, then, kung yun lang ang afford natin, di yun lang ang gastusin natin, di ba? Kaso, ayun.
Kasi it's, parang ang naririnig ko, Councilor, is 6 billion yung kailangan, ganun ba yun?
Yes, yan yung unsolicited proposal nila. 6 billion yung Robinson and 6 billion yung SM. Okay? So, kaya nag-iba yung price. Pero actually, the city government can also afford that.
The 6 billion
The
na
6
pesos.
billion, kung 6 billion talaga, but as per our technical working group plans, you don't have to spend 6 billion. Kasi part of the 6 billion is the operational cost.
Oh.
Yung building itself will only cost about 3.5 billion.
Billion.
Kalahati lang yun.
Oh, so may nagawa ba yung city, like the planning and the architecture office? So, may nagawa ba silang design na dati, no?
Yes.
Kasi I believe may sinubmit ring design yung mga proponents dati.
No, the technical working group plans were approved by the city council. And we had a series of public consultations. And the final plan was approved. It so happens that binalikan nila yon binalikan nila yon nung nagkaroon ng unsolicited proposal. Pinalitan nila na sinabi doon, the proponent may adopt the plan of the technical working group, which of course I was against that kasi that was not the plan, but ang galing nila strategy.
Tsaka pagod nyo yun.
Oh, pagod. Hindi ko pagod yun.
But-
We had a series of meetings at the market. So there was really a public consultation. The market vendors were there. Sila pa ang nagsabi kung anong size ng stalls na gusto nila. Magmo-modernize na or magre-rehabilitate. Di syempre mas gusto naman nila, mas maganda na yung lugar nila, di ba?
Oo.
So there was an improvement.
May involvement pala, may involvement
Yes.
ma'am yung mga yung
They
nasa
were there.
market.
We were there every week, every Thursday, and they were involved. Plano nila to. Hindi ko plano yun. It was planned and it was led by the City Building and Architecture Office. Architect Donna Tabangin was even there with us. She was not the planning officer then. She was in the academe. Kaya it was really well thought of and well presented plan. Yun nga lang, kaya ako ngayon nandito is because they're saying na bakit daw ako anti-modernization. I'm anti-modernization but I am pro-rehabilitation. Ever since sabi natin i-rehab yung market. And 100% development by the city government, not by any private entity.
Okay.
Kaya ako nandito, kaya ako nag-o-oppose. That's the reason why I'm opposing.
So when you say rehabilitation na counselor, no? Ano yung scope nito? Ano yung parang to just give us a brief
Yes.
parang glimpse of ano ba yung scope ng work ng rehabilitation ng public market as far as your idea is concerned or the
Okay.
technical group's idea is concerned.
Well, for the rehabilitation, during the public consultation, tinanong natin, ano bang gusto nating magawa sa market? One of that is, of course, we will provide parking.
Yes, oo.
Second, we widen the access road, yung circulation. Yung,
Oo, kasi masyadong makipot, no? Hirap.
yung Magsaysay Road is too small.
Yes, yes.
So we moved the market 14 meters pa inside para magkakaroon tayo
Parang may
ng
setback from the highway,
from the main road, yes.
main road, yes.
And then, sabi nila yung delivery system. So, we made sure na yung delivery area lang, yung sa sa taas lang, no? Sa hilltop. Tapos, exit siya dun sa may papuntang Rabbit, Magsaysay. And then, the zoning. Kasi ang gulo nga, di ba? So, we also zone kung saan yung fish and meat section, yung
yes.
dry goods, yung mga ganon. So, inayos natin ang zoning, inayos natin yung mga sizes ng stalls. They wanted a wider area for the
Yung parang kariton, yung
parang kariton
gamit
nila.
ng convoy.
Yes. And of course, most of all, yung drainage. And the water system.
Yes.
And they even asked for a cold storage. So all of that were incorporated. Hindi lang yung access or circulation ng sasakyan, but also circulation ng mga tao. So we had wider hallways, we had stairs, we had elevators, we had escalators, and a good public toilet. Yun.
Pero
Okay.
Sa inyong palagay, no? In your opinion, ma'am, kailangan ba talaga na ma-redevelop yung public market? Pag i-compare mo yung the state wherein ano yung itsura ng public market ngayon.
Well, since the start of the redevelopment in 1995, pinabayaan na ng government eh. We did not even touch the drainage. Ang mga vendors, sila na lang naglilinis, di ba? Kung government man ang pupunta, di ba, we ask the fire department na or water deliveries na linisan lang yung ground. Pero most of that, wala talagang improvement ginawa ng government except for the Block 3 and Block 4. Nung nagkaroon ng mga sunog, yun.
Okay.
Doon lang nagkaroon ng medyo inayos yung market.
Kumusta na pala yung sunog, ma'am? Kumusta yung relocation ng mga vendors nun? Kasi pag minsan napasyal ako doon, nakikita ko yung temporary na stalls na ano. No?
Yeah, kawawa sila.
Oo nga hanggang kailan kaya sila doon, councilor, sa tingin nyo?
They're like in a space na ganito lang. Di ba?
Maliit.
Yung 2x3, ginawa nilang 6 ang nakaupo doon. Well, first of all, ano yung cause ng sunog? Sabi ng National Fire, sabi nila, hindi daw faulty wiring, hindi rin chemical, so it could be arson. Pagdating dito sa Bureau of Fire, dito sa Baguio, they already confirmed that it's a cigarette butt. I mean, a cigarette. How can a cigarette burn the market?
Yes, no?
Pero, ang sad to say is, when we have the contracts of the vendors, at nasunog na ang physical structure, baliwala na ang kontrata ng mga vendors. Yun pala.
At is the
Yun
sad
pala
reality.
ang negative na nangyari. So, but then, right after the fire, we made a resolution sa City Council na none of the vendors should be displaced.
So, continuous pa rin
So,
yung contract
continuous pa rin sila. Pero, kawawa sila eh.
Okay, let's have a break and abangan nyo ulit sa pagbabalik for the continuation of our discussion with our guest.
Hello mga ka-RNG! Araw-araw tumutok sa aming mga shows na tiyak magdadala sa inyo ng kasiyahan at mga impormasyon. Makisaya tuwing alas 8 ng umaga, Lunes hanggang Biyernes sa Morning Balitaktakan. Palawakin ang kaalaman sa agrikultura tuwing alas 12:30 ng tanghali sa I-Agri. Let's travel virtually sa mayamang probinsya ng Pangasinan sa ganda mo, Pangasinan. At alamin ang mga latest updates and happenings sa Luzon Headlines alas 6 ng gabi, Lunes hanggang Biyernes. Mapapanood kami via our Facebook live stream sa aming Facebook page na Regional News Group RNG Luzon at sa aming YouTube channel na RNG Luzon. Whether ring i-rescan ang inyong mga television channels at hanapin ang channel ng RNG. Nakadepende ang channel number sa inyong location pero abot kami sa Northern Luzon. At huwag kakalimutang i-follow ang aming iba pang social media accounts like Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter na ang username ay RNG Luzon. At bisitahin ang aming website na rngph.com. Maraming salamat mga ka-RNG sa patuloy na pakikisaya at suporta.
At nagbabalik ang checkpoint. So, welcome back, Councilor Yaranon. No?
Thank you.
So, my next question is, as a member of the City Council, no? Siguro meron kayong kanya-kanyang stand regarding this issue, no? Yung ibang councilors na kasama nyo doon. But what is the general consensus? Ano yung general stand ng council ngayon tungkol sa issue na yon? Is there a difference yung stand nila before all these things started at saka yung stand nila ngayon?
Well, the stand of the City Council is also in favor of the redevelopment. No? But as to who, majority of the council also voted for the PPP modality na lease contract. And as to the acceptance, kung okay ba itong offer, dadaan pa naman sa PPP or the P4 committee Right now, the status is ready na yata si Mayor magbigay ng certificate that the negotiation with SM was successful. Which of course I question kasi marami pa namang hindi na natakol dun sa terms of reference. But if they want to fast track, they are fast tracking it, they will go ahead with it. After nila nabigyan ng certification, ang susunod nun is Swiss challenge na. So that's the next thing that we will do sa P4, that we will tackle the Swiss challenge, we will come up with the terms of reference. Yan.
So before we go to kung ano yung status niya na ngayon, ma'am, no? Babasa lang tayo ng katanungan sa mga
Sige.
galing sa viewers. Kasi may nagtatanong, may plano ba, no, para sa mga vendors na ibalik pa? Siguro ito yung tungkol sa sa nasunog, no?
Sa nasunog.
May plano ba silang ibalik pa sa mga stalls nila na ano?
Well, for now, no, yung sinasabi, yung nakita ko kanina na sabi, may plano silang ilipat sila. Maybe they're waiting for SM to put up the temporary market sa may slaughterhouse. Kung yun yung sinasabi nila, no? But right now, hanggang doon pa lang sila, habang wala pa namang approval sa mga redevelopment na yan, same pa rin. You are staying where you are.
So ibig sabihin yung dating nasira, yung nasunog na hindi na iano yun, no? Obviously hindi na yun i-rehabilitate kasi we are waiting nga for the general rehabilitation of the entire market.
Walang sabi nila kasi sayang daw. Sayang daw yung pera na gagastusin doon. Pero magkano lang naman yung lalagyan mo ng bubong, di ba?
Oo, no?
We should have done that. And also, the Block 4, dapat binagbag na talaga yung second floor kasi they're in danger of na mag-collapse yun anytime. So, wala pa naman. They did not even ask for the budget for the rehabilitation of that burnt area.
Kasi,
So, I don't think there is any plans for that.
yes, kasi pag hindi pa natin wala pang kasiguraduhan, no, yung timetable actually, Councilor, no, kung kailan magsisimula yung general rehabilitation ng market,
Yes.
alangan namang ang tawag natin sa kanila is temporarily relocated, tapos tatagal sila doon ng ilang taon, mga ganun, no?
But kasi nasunog sila in the first place.
Yun ang katanungan, no? Na sana rin mabigyang liwanag, no? Kasi hanggang ngayon, actually, Councilor, marami pa rin nagtatanong. Ano ba talaga yung cause? Kasi pag minsan may linabas na ganitong report, may linabas rin yung isa, nako-confuse yung tao.
Mahirap na, baka ma-accuse tayong utak-ipis na.
Yun ang hirap, no? So, Councilor, ano na ngayon, asan na tayo sa redevelopment plans na to, no? Are we malapit na ba mag-start or whatever? Anong stage na po tayo?
Well, dahil fina-fast track, we're in that stage of Swiss challenge. Magkakaroon ng terms of reference, pero ilang months pa yan, maybe another month.
For the benefit of some of our viewers, Councilor, ano yung Swiss challenge?
The Swiss challenge is kasi yung steps of ng public-private partnership modality natin on lease contract. Yung una, nabigyan nga ng unsolicited proposal, and then susunod, nagbigay sila ng negotiation, nag-agree na. Dahil nag-agree na, supposed to be, yung susunod is magkakaroon na ng Swiss challenge. There's another corporation now, or kung sino man sa inyo, please, join the Swiss challenge at you
So,
give
open
your
pa?
proposal.
Open
Open pa.
So, is there a deadline for this?
Yes,
Swiss
I
challenge?
think, I'm not sure, but parang 1 month lang yata or something.
From now?
From now. Oh no, from the time we release the terms of reference.
So, na-release na yung terms
Hindi pa.
Hindi pa. So,
Pag-uusapan pa.
okay. So, kung na-release na yun, merong pang 1 month na palugit for other interested organizations to join the Swiss challenge. No? That's good. Kaya yung mga nanonood ngayon, kung may kakayahan o meron kayong grupo, ayun, no? Join as early as now para at least meron tayong choices, no? Mahirap naman yung iisa lang yung ating tinitignan, no? Baka mas maraming magandang ideas pa yung iba, no? Or may i-offer, no?
Or better.
Yes, better than kung ano yung nai-offer niyo.
Yes.
So, tanong ulit ng viewers, ma'am, no? Nagwo-worry yung mga vendors na siyempre yung upa nila ngayon, ito yung state ng market ngayon. Ngayon kung ma-redevelop siya, either
Oh, definitely.
by the city or by any organization or by a private corporation, worry sila natataas yung upa.
Definitely.
Oo.
Definitely. When we had the public consultation, pumayag lang yung mga vendors na ang upa is 50 pesos per square meter per day. No? So the bigger area you're renting, the bigger din yung upa.
Pero yun yung prevailing, Councilor, 50
Ang
pesos.
prevailing, I think, is 20 to 30. Ganun.
Okay.
Okay, iba-iba eh. Pag nagkataon na 50, okay lang sa kanila yon kasi lumaki naman yung pwesto. Pero, ang sinuggest nitong proponent is more than 100 per square meter per day. So, definitely, tataas yan. With this, even if they say na government ang magmamanage, tataas yan. Kasi, babawiin ng government yung rental. Kasi bago na yung building eh. So, we really expect na tataas yung rent. Kahit na government pa ang nagpaparent sa inyo.
Okay.
Kasi that was the part of the financial analysis of this proponent. Tataas ang rent, definitely.
Oo. Pero sana yung pagtaas naman ng rent hindi yung 100% or 200%
Well, yan,
from yung present, no? Kasi mahihirapan yung ating mga vendors, no?
Ilaban
sana i-consider,
natin yun. Yes.
i-consider yun sa mga proposals.
Total free naman daw sabi ng government, at no cost to the government. Ang gumastos naman daw itong korporasyon at legacy daw nila yan para sa
ganun ba?
atin. Yun nga lang, kikita naman sila.
Oo. Tsaka sana hindi mawawala yung heritage, no? As the market is
Oh, yes.
heart of the city.
Well, actually, that's what we should preserve, the heritage and the culture of the market. With another corporation there, with a mall, iba na ang heritage mo. Like what they have at the top of Session Road na, yan ang legacy na ibibigay sa atin.
Okay? So, sana medyo naliwanagan tayo, no, kung saan na yung process ng pagre-develop ng market, and hopefully yun nga masagot lahat sa kung ano yung magiging final plan and proposal para masagot lahat kung ano yung mga worries rin ng ating mga vendors, no, and other stakeholders. So, we proceed to ma'am, may segment kasi kami dito, no, rapid fire. This is off topic but it's part of the show. So,
Okay.
I will let you draw a number, no, draw 5 numbers dito. Each number has a corresponding question which itatanong ko na. Ito po yung mga statements na hango sa social media.
Kuha
No?
na ako
Sige po, ma'am.
Okay.
Ayan. 2, 3. Talagang dinerecho na ni ma'am yung 5.
5.
Okay, yung first muna, ma'am.
Ay, yung first muna.
Okay. Talagang first question. Question number 1. Baguio is in a state of over-tourism.
Yes.
Okay. Question number 10. Corruption is the root cause of poverty, underdevelopment, and slow economic growth.
I agree.
Super agree?
Super agree.
Okay.
Exacto mundo. Ayun, sorry.
Question. You picked number 7. So the question is, confidential funds are essential in the efficient delivery of necessary services to the people.
No.
No?
No.
Talagang
No.
solid si Councilor eh. No
Unless, of
talaga.
course, it can be audited.
Yes,
Then
no?
we would know it's real.
Yes,
Yeah.
supposedly.
If unaudited, no.
Okay. So next question. Baguio has descended into an unrecognizable concrete jungle.
Yes. Yes, definitely.
I agree too. And your last question. Illegal gambling is persisting in the city because it is being allowed by city officials.
Well, inamin naman, di ba? Yes.
Inamin ba?
Inamin eh.
Yes,
Yes,
no?
definitely,
Tagal
yes.
na ring problema yun.
But
ma'am.
up to when, I don't know. I even made a resolution asking the character city people to check into it. Pero ngayon, hanggang ngayon, wala.
Yun. So, ayan, marami tayong natutunan ngayon, nalaman sa ating episode na ito tungkol sa Baguio City Public Market, no? Kung meron pa kayong mga katanungan tungkol dito o may hindi pang maliwanag sa inyo, please feel free to contact us, no, para matanong matanong natin kay Councilor or whoever kung pwede nating pagtanungan kung ano nga yung inyong question para malinawan tayo. Well, pasalamat tayo kay Councilor Yaranon for being with us today. Thank you very much, Councilor. No? And it is an honor, having you as our first guest dito sa Checkpoint.
Thank you, thank you.
Any
It's an
last
honor
message? Any last message to our viewers?
Okay, it's an honor to be here. And to our viewers, tulungan naman ninyo ako kontrahin itong ginagawa ng gobyerno natin na pinapamigay na lang ang Baguio Public Market para sa malaking korporasyon. You help me. I'm doing my best in the City Council to help our small, medium enterprises. Pagpasok nito, pang-elitista, pang-mayaman. But I'm here for you. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Councilor. So, yan po. Dito po nagtatapos ang ating episode. Abangan ang ating episodes dito sa ating show na ito. Marami po tayong tatalakaying mga trending issues tsaka mga hot topics, no? And we will be sure to be inviting guests na makakasagot sa ating mga katanungan. So, hanggang sa muli, ako ang inyong Daddy Gores for Checkpoint.